When I first started playing Arknights, I never really thought much about healing defenders. They were just alright. Then, contingency contract came, I got my ass kicked, and the only thing saving me from going insane was the support Saria. Now, they're my favorite type of unit in the game. The saying as old as time goes, there are no bad operators, just bad doctors. And I feel like the variety in healing operators really does prove that point. We have one for each non-starter rarity, and in order from highest to lowest, those would be Spot, Gummy, Nearl, Hung, and Saria. The automatic reaction to seeing these 5 would be to think Spot bad, Saria great. So I'm here to analyze the healing potential of all these operators to show that they're all good in certain situations.
どうも。行動予備隊 A6 のスポットだ。俺の仕事はいつも無茶するメンバーたちを守ってやることだと思う。
Starting with Hyena Boy Spot. Yeah, he's the worst of the bunch, but that doesn't mean he's bad. Look, if you're using Spot, you're probably one of these 3 things. A free-to-play beginner who hasn't gotten Gummy yet. B, a more advanced player who enjoys doing lower rarity operator runs for the fun of it. Or C, a furry. All these cases are valid, but I'll be analyzing him based on the first 2 scenarios. If you're using Spot, there's a large chance that you're using him with other 3-star operators, and that makes him much better. At E155, his attack power is 320, being raised to 464 with his skill. That might not seem like he's healing much, but you have to look at it proportionally. Higher rarity operators have higher stats, and that's a fact. If you bring a 3-star Vanguard with him, let's say Vanilla, whenever he heals her, she'll be recovering almost a third of her HP. Comparing that to Skill 2 Level 7 E170 Nearl healing a Texas, that's also a little less than a third of the latter's HP. Does he heal less than those of a higher rarity? Technically yes, but when he's among his own kind, he's perfectly fine. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way. A downside to him is that he'll only be healing 10 times every 40 seconds due to the increased attack interval that comes with his skill. His normal attack interval is 1.2 seconds, but it goes up to 2.5 while healing, and the skill lasts 25 seconds in total. So he isn't the most consistent healer, but as I said, he's perfectly fine for a 3-star.
グムっていうの君がドクターだね。ロドスのみんなと一緒にグムたちを助けてくれたこと本当に感謝してるよ。グムに特別な力はないけどできることは精一杯やってドクターの力になるよ。
Next up is my favorite of the bunch, simply because I find her adorable, Gummy. At max E1 level, she has 384 attack, which goes up to 452 when healing with her first skill. She'll be using it every 5 seconds and can hold 2 charges. I'm gonna be honest. I prefer this skill over Nearl and Saria's first skills. They all do relatively the same thing, and yeah, the other 2 heal more because they have higher stats, but here's the thing. They only actually do it when someone's HP falls below half, while Gummy, on the other hand, can consistently keep your allies' HPs topped off. I M3'd it and don't regret it a single bit. Her second skill, on the other hand, is something I don't use at all. Her defense increases by 70%. Great. She heals for 522 attack. Awesome! Like with Spot, for the duration of the skill, she'll be able to heal about 10 or 11 times because of the increased attack speed. Oh wait, no, she won't. Because for the first 10 seconds of the skill, she won't be doing anything, meaning she'll actually only heal 7 times, and for those 10 seconds you'll be stressing out because you want her to stop cooking in the middle of the battlefield and actually heal her allies. I can understand why you'd use this skill, it's fine, but personally, if I had a choice between this or Spot, I'd go for him. But overall, great first skill, good second skill, but I'd still go for the first if I were you.
Margaret Nearl, カジミエーシュの騎士ではなく、ロドスのオペレーターとして、あなたの誇りと命をこの盾に誓って守ろう。
Nearl is the only one that I don't have, and I want her simply because of that summer skin that'll come out someday. Like I mentioned before, her first skill is very similar to Gummy's, and even more similar to Saria's. She'll heal an ally or herself for 553 HP and holds 2 charges for this skill, but she'll only actually use it after her target's HP has fallen below half. That's completely fine, but I personally find it stressful because you can see that her skill is fully charged and you see everyone losing HP, but she just doesn't use it. I know that not everyone minds that, and it's just a nitpick I have, so setting that aside, it's a really good skill. 553 HP is quite a bit, especially that in an ideal scenario, she'll be healing someone for that much every 5 seconds. Her skill 2 is the way to go in my opinion. Like Gummy and Spot, her attack interval will increase, but the skill lasts longer, so in total she'll get in 16 heals of 553. It takes a little longer to charge than the other 2, but it's definitely worth it. Now wait, that isn't all. I've been analyzing her on maximum E1 level, but as soon as you get her to E2, even before actually leveling her up, her and all other operators' healing effectiveness will increase by 10%, so that alone will increase her heals to 608 while at E2 level 1.
君がリー先生の言ってたドクターかな。はじめまして。俺はウンって言うんだ。得意分野は警護と機械の修理。お出かけにボディーガードが欲しい時や、テレビや冷蔵庫が壊れた時は、ぜひ俺を呼んでほしいな。
Did you get Hung and no Nyan? Well, I sure did, but that's okay. Hung is the most different out of all the healing defenders, as his skills charge each time he gets hit instead of charging every second. So don't put him behind a DPS unit and expect him to get anything done like I did. This can be either a huge upside or downside depending on what enemies you're facing. If you're blocking only one enemy with a slow attack speed, it can take you double to triple the time to charge up his skills. But if you're blocking 3 enemies with a relatively high attack speed, it'll be charging incredibly quickly, so keep that in mind. His first skill is another instant attack heal, like we've seen before, and it heals for 494. Okay, basic. Charges from getting hit, so who knows how fast it'll be. But his second skill is definitely his strong point. For 24 seconds, his defense will be increased by 60%, and he'll be healing allies about 10 times for 564 HP. That's already pretty good. But it'll also restore 1 SP to them each time he does so. It has a smaller SP cost than the other skills of this nature, but that's only if you're getting hit by multiple enemies or those with a higher attack speed.
私はサリア、元ライン生命医科学研究所の実験チームメンバーだ。今は摂理を踏み外したものを正すため、ロドスの協力が必要だ。
To absolutely no one's surprise, Saria is the best healing defender of the game. Some people say that you should M3 her skill 1, and I guess I can see why. At M3, the minimum it'll heal is 698, and it'll only take 4 seconds to charge, and can hold 3 charges. But I really don't like the fact that it can only heal allies with less than half their HP. If you just keep it at skill level 7, its attack power will be 582, holding 2 charges and taking 5 seconds to charge. Skill 2, on the other hand, is where it's at. First of all, it's important to note that it'll only heal for 110% of her attack, that being 426 at E1 max. But different than all the other skills we've seen so far, it's an AoE heal, and it heals all allies within the range that's on screen now. Yeah, that's a lot. It doesn't even take twice as long as her skill 1, doesn't require anyone to be under 50% of the HP, and needless to say, that range is insane. But that's still not the largest range she has. Her third skill's range covers 24 tiles and restores 20% of her attack and HP to all the allies within those tiles. 20% of her attack doesn't sound like a lot, but hear me out. Let's say you have her at Elite 2 level 30. That means she would have 420 attack, 20% of that is 84. Now, every ally will be recovering that for 22 seconds, meaning in total, they'll have recovered 1,848 HP. That is insane. Along with that, any enemy that happens to be in the range will be slowed by 60% and take 40% more magic damage. All of this sounds too good to be true, so of course it has an incredibly large SP cost. So while this is her best skill by what it does, it definitely isn't if you want a consistent healer. And those were all the healing defenders in the game so far. Thank you so much for watching. I put a ton of work and math into this, so I really hope you enjoyed. If you made it till here, you might as well stick around for more Arknights related content and tell me who's your favorite healing defender in the game. See you next time! And also, thank you for over 200 views on my first video. I know it's not much in the grand scheme of YouTube, but it really does mean a lot to me. Okay, bye for real now.